Iran spent $1 billion protecting its nuclear heart. It took Israel less than 4 minutes to make that $1 billion disappear. But here's what nobody is talking about. Israel didn't use a fleet of jets. They didn't launch a massive strike. They used 3 drones you could buy online for $200 and 1 very patient missile waiting in the dark. This is exactly how it happened. Isfahan, second by second. 3:30 in the morning. Inside a darkened command van, Iranian radar operators are staring at their screens. And something is wrong. Targets are appearing out of nowhere. Dozens of them, moving at impossible speeds, then vanishing. The operators don't know it yet, but they're not looking at real aircraft. They're looking at a ghost story written by an American jet, flying quietly over the Persian Gulf. The EA-18G Growler is one of the most sophisticated electronic warfare aircraft ever built. Its entire job is to make radar operators question everything they see, and tonight, it's working perfectly. Here's why this matters. Iran's S-300 air defense system, nicknamed the Gravestone, is worth $100 million. It can track targets 150 miles away. It's the same system Russia uses to protect Moscow. But right now, it's chasing shadows. And every second the Iranian commanders spend confused is a second the real weapon gets closer.
At 3:45 a.m., the Iranian commanders make the decision that seals their fate. They can't wait anymore. The ghost drones on their screen look exactly like the swarm attack they themselves launched against Israel months earlier. So they give the order to fire. The ground around Isfahan shakes. 6 interceptor missiles, each one worth over $1 million, erupt from their launch tubes and scream into the sky. They reach their targets. The proximity fuses trigger. The warheads detonate in massive balls of fire. And they hit absolutely nothing. No debris, no falling wreckage, no secondary explosions. Just 6 massive missiles obliterating empty air at $1 million each. Iran's most powerful defense battery just spent a huge portion of its ammunition killing hallucinations. Now comes the part that should have terrified every military commander watching this unfold. 250 miles away. So far away, it's practically in another country. An Israeli F-15 is cruising at 50,000 feet. The pilot doesn't need to enter Iranian airspace. He doesn't need to get anywhere near the S-300. He just needs to press one button. The Blue Sparrow missile drops from under the wing. For 1 second, it just falls. Then, the computer takes over. This missile doesn't need to be told where to go. It has already memorized the shape of the mountains around Isfahan. It knows exactly what its target looks like from above. And it's traveling at 2,300 miles per hour, faster than a rifle bullet, toward a radar dish that is now desperately scanning the sky. Here's the brutal twist. The S-300 radar, the Gravestone, finally manages to cut through the electronic interference and lock onto the incoming missile. The Iranian operators think they have a chance. They think they spotted it in time. They have no idea they just made things worse. The Blue Sparrow detects the radar beam hitting it, and instead of evading, it turns toward the beam. It uses the radar signal like a GPS. Every pulse of energy Iran sends out to find the missile is guiding that missile directly to the source. The Iranians are lighting a torch to look for the thing trying to kill them. But the missile was never meant to work alone. 3 miles from the base, in an unremarkable industrial lot, 3 small shapes rise silently into the night air. Quadcopter drones. The kind you can buy at a hobby shop, modified to carry a 3-pound shaped charge, an explosive capable of punching through 6 inches of solid steel. These drones aren't on any radar screen. The S-300 is designed to track jets and missiles flying at altitude. A plastic drone flying 10 feet above the power lines is completely invisible to it. While the most expensive air defense system in the Middle East is staring at the horizon, the real threat is cutting through the backyard. The first drone finds the radar van's cooling vents, the only thing keeping $100 million worth of computers from overheating, and flies directly into them. The explosion severs the refrigerant lines and kills the main power trunk. The second drone hits the antenna itself, the thousands of tiny phase-shifting elements that allow the radar to steer its beam, destroyed in an instant. The third drone takes out the backup generator. In less than 15 seconds, the crown jewel of Iran's air defense is blind, deaf, and powerless. The Blue Sparrow notices the radar beam has disappeared. It doesn't panic. It already has the last known coordinates locked in memory. It switches to optical targeting, its camera now guiding it to the exact shape of the radar van below. To the people standing near that van, the sky sounds like it's being unzipped. They have 4 seconds. The missile punches through the reinforced roof, travels through the main computer bank, and buries itself 3 feet into the concrete foundation before the warhead detonates. The $100 million gravestone radar, Iran's most advanced, most trusted, most feared piece of military hardware, is vaporized. And then the secondary explosions begin. The remaining interceptor missiles, still sitting in their launch tubes, cook off from the heat. One by one, they ignite and tear across the airbase like 1,000-pound rockets with no guidance. Fuel trucks catch fire. Support vehicles are destroyed. A mushroom cloud of black smoke rises 500 feet into the morning air. When it clears, there's nothing left but a crater. Here's what makes this story even bigger than one radar dish. Somewhere beneath the Arabian Sea, an Ohio-class submarine is carrying 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. If the U.S. decided to enter this conflict directly, they wouldn't send one missile at a radar site. They'd send 50, simultaneously, until Iranian computers simply couldn't count fast enough to respond. And before the Tomahawks even arrived, a GM-88 HARM missiles would already be in the air. These weapons are designed to hunt radar signals. The moment an Iranian operator turns on any radar to see what's coming, a HARM missile detects that signal and dives on it. Turn it on, and you die. Turn it off, and you're blind. It's not a choice. It's a trap with no exit. So here's the question worth sitting with. What if the Iranian commander had made a different choice that night? What if the moment those ghost targets appeared, he had ordered every radar and every radio on the base shut down completely? The Blue Sparrow would have lost its guiding signal. It might have missed. But then the sky would have been wide open, and a flight of F-35 stealth jets 10 miles away could have walked through the front door without a single warning. Turn the radar on, and the missile kills you. Turn it off, and the jets come in invisible. There was no right answer. The moment Israel decided that radar was a target, the outcome was already decided. The only thing the Iranians got to choose was how they lost. Which raises the question nobody in Tehran wants to answer right now. If this was just one radar dish, what happens when they come for all of them?